Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Alberin, where we play TTRPGs and have a hoot. Welcome to Chronicles of Nathriel. I didn't give them a countdown at all. I just apologized.
I was too busy arguing.
He was.
And he wasn't recording it, so a bot squad
ignoring it.
Can't enjoy that.
His rebellious attitude. What are we doing this week? Coming up this week is Tuesday, where we do our wonderful little get together and have some fun. We'll probably be doing either BG3 or Helldivers 2, or we might just do a Heroes Feast chat show. It's Tuesday. Either way, we'll be engaging with you. Hey, almost made it rhyme. That was a really bad one, though. Could have been better.
Helldivers 2, all for you.
Hey, there we go. That's going to be starting at 8 p.m. MT, so be sure to come on by for that loveliness. As for Thursday, the Thursday crew will either be recording their first session or getting together to actually get the details finalized for the next campaign to start. So there won't actually be a stream for it this time around. We're going to be doing some behind the doors, closed scene action. Which means it's just Tuesday this week. Yay! Yeah, that's really it. Go check out our store. Go support the Alberin through getting some merch, some tasty, lovely stuff that you can wear yourself. Peter's been sporting the hoodie this week. He's wearing civilized clothes.
I was gonna, but I had to play with my dog.
Oh.
He was all lonely.
Oh.
So I did that instead of go put on my hoodie.
Big old papas.
Speaking of dogs, Sergeant opened the gate a little while ago. We're pretty sure it was either the wind or him, and he just went walking down the block. And luckily a neighbor was outside and stopped him.
Good grief. Smart dog.
It was probably not fully shut.
Probably not.
Because we were working in the backyard. But either way, he knew it. He saw it, and he was like, ah.
He saw his opportunity.
Frida!
Freedom!
Not like he lives here rent-free, you know?
Yeah, he gets his food and everything. Goodness.
Anyway, sorry, guys.
Anywhoozles. Well, yep, those are quick announcements. That's kind of, yeah, that's going to be the quick announcements. Subscribe, comment, do all those wonderful things, you wonderful VOD Squad people, and you wonderful people joining us right now live. Thanks. Unless anyone has any announcements from their things on their ends, I think we're good to make some friends.
Make some friends. Let's do it.
Okay. Let's roll that intro.
Open, my friends. Battles have yet to begin. Laughter will be heard in gales and floods. If not, at least there will be blood. Sorrow and loss may abound. We'll do our best to hold this hallowed ground.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Okay, last week. Oh boy, what did we do last week? You all got yourself into the wonderful position of leaving the archipelago, doing a little timetables configuration, and realized that getting to Yondo to resolve what you had to do there, and then getting to Stronrith for the peace conference, there's a little time conflict. Didn't know how you're going to be able to attend both with the short amount of time. There was a decision to redirect to take care of the thing that had a timetable and put Yondo a little bit more on the back end. So you started heading towards Dresdiff, a known rebellion city, or occupied at least at this point, to meet up with the leaders, head with them over to Stronrith, and begin the negotiations. You all knew this started in a form of a party to begin, for people to intermingle, see who's there, possibly have secret discussions, whatever political games these people play. You, seeking some additional information, snuck your way down to the second layer, where they had specifically kept you away from the inside of this massive 17-tiered city. Saw some horrifying sights. Massive quantities of thralls put to work for whatever means, which you didn't fully determine because you didn't want to be discovered. So you took the information, took some photos. I'm not even going to play around that word. That's essentially what they are, photos. Gathered what evidence you could, headed back up. The party started in a nice formal way. Guests arrived, intermingled a little. Schnorsboop spoke with the resident messenger of peace. I'm not gonna get over that for a moment here.
Smoking down.
Smoking down. Thingies.
A peace pipe, perhaps.
Peace pipe, perhaps. Perhaps. And we forgot to do something before the intro. Whoops. That's okay. We'll get to it in a moment here. And when he revealed a few things that he knew, got some results. At the same time, the general, the Nathriel, there we go, rider, strode into the center of the field, spoke to Altian as he realized what was happening. There was a rumbling going on inside the city itself. And we reached a point where they were just starting to spring into action as the walls around erupted, disintegrating, revealing the inside rows of teeth of an Nathriel, a giant worm. Now I pulled a fast one on you lot, because that is where your vision ends, Schnorsboop. And you come up from a cold sweat of a night's sleep, shooting up in the rocking of a boat, just to meet Philemon's eyes, wide, heavily dilated.
You okay?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
What do we know about whatever that was?
I don't know. How do we find out?
Where am I right now?
You are in the Wind's Pleasure. You know, the last thing you
so
know
this
is the...
before we got to the coastal city.
Yes, this is 4 days before you get to the coastal city.
Okay, cool. Better hit it while it's fresh, I suppose. Philemon, buddy, could you wake everybody up and have them come over to where I am, please? I'm gonna try to collect my thoughts.
I'm ready for chat to be done. Ah.
On it.
He shoots off. And good heavens. And each of you will in turn receive, in your sleep, whatever it is, or your concentrations, a little slap on the face, as Philemon zooms by and says,
Meeting in Chatsboat's room. Let's go.
and just shoots off without wanting a reply, or looking for a reply.
Okay. I go, of course.
Is everyone there?
Yeah, everyone arrives. It's probably about 3 a.m.
Okay. Everyone. Good to see you, as always. Apologies for waking you. As you know, I'm an old man and I don't want to forget. I believe I have had a vision of some kind, potentially linked to my good buddy Philemon here, who I
Hi.
believe also had the same vision.
Uh-huh.
And the effects were bad. It seems to be a foreshadowing of our arrival at this here meeting, which ends with us being eaten by a massive desert worm. Which, when I say it out loud, also seems bad. So I'm just going to fast forward and say I recount everything that happened that I can recall. Unless you actually want me to go
No,
through
no.
all again. Assuming that we think that that is real, which obviously I'm the one who dreamed it, and I think it is real, but we, group vote on it, whatever you guys think. Should we not go? Does that change anything?
Now, before any replies come through, let me just solidify the scene for everyone, because that was a fast one. Shinozubu rolled a natural 1 in his bonding experience with Chaos, and experienced one of the greater gifts. This one is premonitions. He can see up to 7 days into the future. Using it mechanically, he will be able to ask a specific question to the results of a 7-day path over one direction, one decision that he makes. This one is going to the council meeting. What will happen? I, as the GM, will tell him major threats, associating aspects, but in this case, we just acted it out because that was a fun experience.
Half of me believes that you did the math, and it wasn't gonna work out. and then fall off this.
There might have been a little
Yes.
twist of knowing this ability existed, him getting a natural 1, seeing some fun opportunity at the time, and improvising from there, but yes.
Both seem like something you would do, so
Yeah,
I
100%.
guess it'll always be a mystery. Okay. I always like this one.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a question for, I guess both Peter and Murray. Is all of this correct? Like his vision? Like, is it true, actually? Or is it just a possibility?
So, it's a possibility. It is something that could happen, and it was like during the. You got to think about it with the wibbly wobbly, timey wimey kind of aspects. Like, obviously, something's going to be changed already because he's had this premonition and told you all about it. So, it's not going to be the same from the get go, from this point forward.
Butterfly effect.
Butterfly kind of effect, yeah. You got to
Gotcha.
take that into consideration.
Gotcha.
But you do, what I will say is a solid fact as using that ability, what you will know is the Peace Council is under threat. That is going to happen. It is going to
High
get eaten by
probability.
a worm. High probabilities. Your presence there doesn't matter for that one. That's what I'll say. That is the threat that you know is going to happen at that Peace Council, whether or
It
not you're
wasn't
there.
for us.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Given the enemy, is it possible that a meeting could be moved? It seems as though, given the enemy, that if the meeting was moved, the individual, a primordial, and its worm would just go to wherever that new place is. But I mean, that this is peace talks after all, so what opportunity for peace will there be if they cannot gather? And based upon the vision, that city is not defeatable. Thoughts?
Well, there's a chance that they don't believe us. But my people need to be warned. Either
They
way.
definitely won't believe us. I mean, I've been telling them true things for a long time, and people still don't believe me. But yeah, I think loose eggs at least could be convinced. But that means the war won't end. Although getting eaten by a worm won't end it either, so... Big Ten, any thoughts?
No. I don't understand this.
Which part?
The temporal stuff. Nothing that I've encountered before. Does not compute.
Well, it seems like we still go to the port. Is that fair enough? Because we would see Luce there based upon the vision. And can discuss with her what can be done. Yeah? Okay.
I can see why not.
Now, here's the thought. And I admit it's not a friendly one, which pains me to say. But if a worm attack is inevitable, what if we made it seem like Luce and everybody did go to the meeting, but they didn't actually go to the meeting? And then the house with all the unfriendly individuals in it would just be eaten. I don't know if that would end the war or not, but that's just a thought. But I think we have all the info. At this point, we'll head to the city and go back to sleep. Unless you had another thought, Oltian.
What if we went to Stromrith? Did everything exactly the way we did before, but we just don't go to the meeting?
Just don't go to the meeting. And then what?
And then the war's over.
Do you think so what I was suggesting, I got you. So you think that the worm would eat the mansion without us present?
We have a key. The house where we end up staying. We can just stay there until it's time to leave.
But do you think that perhaps Luce's presence is a trigger for the worm, or no?
She can be there.
How
We all
she
can. Same way we will.
But we'll be gone. I'm confused.
No, because remember we went to the city with Luce and Francis and their entire party.
Right.
Then we went to the place where they housed us,
Right.
And
right.
then we went to the meeting in a completely
Uh-huh.
separate area. We just do all of that and then leave from.
But my question was, will the worm attack if Luce doesn't show up to the meeting? Which in that scenario, they would not.
Well, last week when I talked to the general guy, he made it seem like us being there, the 5 of us, the hand, was a bonus.
Right.
And
it seems like Luce was
he's
critical,
going
though.
to attack it anyway. I think it was that they were all in one place.
So you don't think Luce is critical to the attack?
No.
Oh, okay.
I think that it's just everyone was in one place.
Okay, then. Well, let's definitely bring up that possibility to Luce. And we'll go from there. Teffy, any thoughts?
She just shakes her head no.
Alrighty then. Well, see you all in the morning. Sleep well. Snowzoop's gonna go back to sleep.
Yeah. I'm gonna go think about this.
For Schnozzboop's knowledge, he does have for this week 1 more charge of that. Fairly powerful thing, so fairly constricted in its availability of use. The real date is 5/1/10/566 when the morning time comes by. You all can go about your normal process. It is 4 more days until reaching... What's the word I'm looking for? It's not anchor. It's not anchor, it shuts a city in Star Wars. The harbour. Good grief. The harbour of Dresdiff. There we go, got there eventually.
And I'm gonna go find Julian and send a message.
Excellent. Whom to?
Toulouse. Going to say.
No, she's in the city. So I just find her.
Well, yes, but I want to. This is
4
something
days
my
too.
character's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna say. Oh, what was his name again? The general's name? I always forget his name.
Tal.
It's
He's got
the
a
name I'm
very
not gonna say.
He's got a very long, complicated name. People shorten it to Tal.
Okay, I'm gonna say General Tal might be planning to attack the peace meeting. We might have a plan. Don't leave Dresdiff until we arrive. 21.
Nice. Her reply back is... Attack a peace meeting. Yes, you'll need to explain. He's inspecting, there we go, troop positions until meeting. When will you arrive?
Reply. If Snozboop is correct, he'll attack with his worm. We will be arriving in 4 days. Try and try to keep track of his whereabouts.
I choose to trust you. We'll know where he is. And we'll try to find a way to handle an Nathriel. Should we need to.
Okay, over the next 4 days, Murray, if you'll allow, I'm going to try and recall as much information about the giant worms as I can and how their biology works.
Nothing you know can get through the outer shell. Like, even your first interceptor would have had difficulties with that.
I'm not looking for a way to destroy it. I'm looking for a way to disrupt it. I want to know, like, how their sensory biology works. Trying to remember. I've read a lot of books. Read a lot of books, folks.
Oh, yeah.
If I got to roll for it, I'll roll for it.
Yeah, give me a roll for it. Do with advantage because of the fact that you've read a lot of books, but we're actually gonna do a history check on this one.
History, yeah. That seems fair. It's only a +5. Let's go. 23, 18 on the die.
23.
Thank you for that advantage. Good lord.
It's difficult with these things. These are legendary creatures. Incredibly hard to kill. You would know that there's a certain level of, I wouldn't call them immunities, but resistances to elements like lightning, fire, cold. They're quite resistant to all that. On the outer shell, anything mundane that does piercing, slashing, bludgeoning won't do a thing. It'll just bounce off. Explosions won't work. Maybe the force damage, like maybe the concussion behind an explosion would have an effect. But you don't think it would have an increased effect. Everything you read, we also have to remember is probably highly, what's the word, screened by the government to refrain from letting any of the weaknesses of an Nathriel be actually published and released for the public. 23 would get you based that inside would probably be the best way to kill one. If not, finding a way to plant a big enough explosion underneath one of the layers of carapace would be the next best bit. Either one, really hard to do.
Okay. Anything in that book, Teffy? No, didn't think so.
I just checked. There's nothing in there about how do they sense.
Because, I mean, common sense says that it has to be based off of hearing of some sort, so I'm...
Hearing, tremor sense, probably.
Yeah.
You would know that they definitely don't have eyes.
Or would they be able... I'm kind of spitballing, because there are creatures that have really crap vision, and instead, a little bit they're hearing, but they can pick up on electromagnetic pulses, like heartbeat. Which is maybe not what we want to hear right now.
Are we talking about sharks, Devi?
What I'm
I hate
talking
to break
about.
it to you, but land sharks don't exist.
Little do you know there's a Sharknado in this continent somewhere. Oh,
There
Tuffy's
goes the
internet.
internet.
Talking
There
about
goes
is none
the
of your concern, nor did I realize I had said that out loud.
It all came out so fast. That's just so funny.
Somehow
Hilarious.
seemed more appropriate.
Mm-hmm. Okay. The next day I have something to do. You can.
I think they're frozen on a big old smile now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect. Take the picture now. That's her Oh, damn.
Ah, it shifted. Well, that could be the first of the 4 days. If anyone has anything specific for that day, we'll move on to the next one.
Oh, back to Julian. Send another message to Pibble.
Pibble.
I'm going to say, if you can create a device, create a sonic device for me, I need it to have the full spectrum of sound and very, very loud, please.
Okay. One wildly debilitating, possibly illegal device coming right up. When do you need it by?
ASAP. I'll pay double. I have a lot more words. Hold on. Also, start working with your brother. It's going to be... Yeah.
There's probably words behind it. You would get it. What are they called? These frog-type creatures. I can't remember right now. Grung. It's probably his native language. And most likely a series of curses, but that's all you get back. And at the end, fine. That's the 25th word.
Okay. We won't have it in time for the peace talks, but that could come in use soon after, so... Eesh. Yeah. Unless other people have something to do with me, that's it.
Everything else happens typically as it would have.
Oh. We warned the captain, correct?
Well, have you?
I assumed the captain was present. But if not, then yes.
Group needs to.
Was he?
Was
You
he?
didn't make yourself known.
I don't seem
It
to
was
remember
never...
getting invited.
All right. Well, I told Fireloon to wake everybody up and bring him here, but I guess that wasn't very specific. Fine. The captain was not at the meeting. The next morning,
just kidding, I
Naswook
was
will
at the
go to the
meeting.
captain and give him a heads up about all the details.
You get all the wonderful information, but actually get to have a nice sleep for the night. Not interrupted.
Nice, double whammy.
Probably good that your nation knows what's going on, you know? I'm going to quickly go grab a drink.
So,
Well-
do I have superiors that I need to report this to?
Probably.
Okay. That'd just be like the Andrean Navy?
Most likely just the Andrain Navy. Like your direct supervisor or the one right above you. Likely the admiral that recruited you. I know you were actually selected for a... Technically for this one, actually, if I'm remembering correctly now, you would be reporting to Eulandria. Because this would be a serious, possibly serious mission diversion. And she's the one who's in charge of the mission as a whole.
So she would need to be consulted on whether that diversion would be worth chasing?
She would
Or she would just
politely
need
listen to your input, but be the one to make the decision in the end.
Okay. All right. Well, I will find your Landria, saying, well, where will I find her? In her quarters, probably.
Probably inside her engineering bay.
Oh no.
We lost her.
There she goes.
She gone.
There she goes.
There she
There
goes,
she goes
again.
Oh. I love it.
Well,
She'll be
well,
back.
Yeah. Yeah, I will be letting your Landria know so she can make a decision as to whether, or make a decision on what she's going to do in accordance with the mission. Your Landria, I have some interesting news. There's been a premonition afoot. I don't know if you've heard.
Where?
A vision of the future.
Vision.
A haunting not scepter, specter of things to come.
Weird.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, fill me in. What was this premonition?
If we continue down our current path of gathering at the meeting, there's going to be an attack. Who's the guy again? Oh my god, with the worm?
General Tal.
General Tal. Yeah. Mr. Long name that has a short name now.
Yes.
General Tal is going to show up with a worm, and it will be quite bad for everybody involved. So, we have thought of a diversionary plan in order to prevent that from happening, so to speak, and to hopefully allow the worm to consume those that are not so pleasant towards us. Does this sound like it could fit in our current trajectory?
Few thoughts on that. Firstly, this is the word of a person who's apparently following a group that shouldn't be trusted to begin with. I mean, sure, he's fun and adorable, but we gotta question him anyway. The other bit is
Aye.
this is coming from powers from a primordial. It's not celestial. There's nothing in our realm doing that. And in that case, why are we trusting it? I mean, should we be
Seems
trusting these
mighty.
primordials?
I see no reason why not. They're very old creatures.
Yeah, and apparently some of them want to kill us all. How do we know it's not them that want to do it? And they're just having a laugh with us.
Well, these what ifs are definitely entering territory that I hadn't considered previously. I felt that maybe there were people who were on our side and people who were not on our side. But maybe it's a bit more complicated.
Yeah. You just gotta think about these things sometimes. I mean, for as weird of a... Weird. As hard of a guy my father is, if he didn't think that way when it came to Ashnar, do you think the gods would have come back?
Aye, you make a point.
Just something we gotta consider. But we're not paid enough for that, so I'm gonna boot that up. Guess we'll stay on course for now. I gotta talk to the High Council, though.
Aye.
Hey, think
Well.
about this as well, Captain. Why the Peace Council? Is it just opportunity?
There could be more impact there than we are not seeing.
Yeah. Yep. Alright, have fun. I'm gonna go call a few people.
All right then. Fun will be had.
And fun was
You'll
had.
go and have some fun, I guess.
Do what captains do on their ship. Tell people what to do.
He's now considering whether he's having fun or not.
What have I been dragged into? Well, by the third day, so one day away from Dresdiff, Teppy, gosh, I can really speak well today. Teffy, ever since you've bonded with fear, every night you have been having nightmares. The effects it has on you is entirely up to you. And what they all fully entail, well, only you know what might terrify Teffy, so that would be your narration over mine.
Okay. What level of scary nightmares am I having? Are they the ones that like fundamentally change me? Or are they ones that just kind of leave me rattled for a bit? Or is that my decision?
That can be left up to you as well. I was just thinking maybe rattled for a little bit, but could easily have one that has a nice fundamental change to it. I say nice.
Nice.
So for the most part, these dreams are ones that leave me rattled for maybe like 15-20 minutes after I wake up. Usually waking up kind of clammy, just like a lingering cold sweat. And and they don't really have much of a lasting impact in that regard. It's usually just things about being trapped under sand, being covered in sand forever, being very high up, being very far below, just being away from the Earth's surface. But there are a few that leave her noticeably rattled. No, there's one that leaves her rattled and just kind of off kilter for a couple of days. It is one where it's one of those very realistic ones where you think it's actually happening, but then it turns out to have been a dream. But within the dream, she wakes up, she goes out, she is at home, she leaves her house to see nothing. Everything has been absolutely leveled, and it is all just tumbleweeds and nothing. Everything has been ruined. And yeah, there are not so much corpses as there are just like the occasional bone, kind of covered in dust. Very, very upsetting. And there's nothing. There's no one. There's not even an echo.
Let's hop into that dream. Standing before nothing, a blackened shadow solidifies behind you as fear enters. Why this one?
It's total devastation. There's nothing here, nothing left. We're familiar with the phrase that life finds a way, but what if it doesn't?
Life finds a way.
Exactly. There are dinosaurs well, not anymore in this dream, but there were dinosaurs.
They're all dead. It's like a Triceratops skull over on the left side. Everything destroyed and not existing. Is it more the aspect that it was there, and now it's gone? Or that nothing exists?
More towards the first, but in the opposite direction. It's more that there won't ever be anything.
I think we found the core reason why you are part of this hand here. Wrath and chaos and pestilence have fought against content for a while. I've rather given up on it. What you fear most is what content desires. Nothing. I dare say you are correct on the side you have chosen. Congratulations, Teffy. Not many are.
Thank you for the reassurance, I suppose. She's just kind of still scanning around, looking for anything, and there is not.
Do you like this feeling? Do you enjoy it?
I wouldn't say I enjoy it, but I do find it motivating.
A push. A drive, you might even say.
I might.
Well then, let me drive you further. This, he gestures out with his cane, is exactly what you'll find if content wins. Complete, utter destruction. Everything leveled and destroyed. Nothing. For all eternity. At least the eternity of Nathriel.
Yep, okay. Don't want that then.
Be surprised if you did. Anyway.
Do you have any pointers or any sort of guidance on how best we might avoid this lack of everything?
You're asking me to give you pointers on how to avoid the thing that you fear most.
I suppose I am. Which, when you phrase it that way, it does seem counterintuitive.
It does, doesn't it? Luckily, I'm quite irrational. Fight him. It's not as simple as that. You need to fight his generals, too. Oftentimes, a war is more sought for the leaders than the generals, when it's the generals who do the job. In this case, ego, pride, there are two that immediately come to mind. Joy as well. Oh, don't let her fool you. Quite a devious little thing. They're the driving forces behind him. From what I gather from Wrath and Chaos, he's not back yet. You have that on your side. So another thing you could do is find out where he is. He was locked away before the shattering happened. Part of the reason why they all lost.
So, how exactly does content differ from peace in how it manifests itself?
A fine question. Content is a constant feeling, something that remains over time, can be devoured over long periods if done correctly. Peace is momentary. Strange things to take into consideration when you're thinking of the primordials and how we work. But the finite details are often not entirely what you would expect. Take Wrath, for example. For him to be reborn, a lot of people have to be angry. Look at him, though. Do you think he would be one of the most fearsome, angry people out there? Or do you think he's just a grumpy old man?
At this point, he's just a bit of a grump. But surely at one point, maybe when he was younger, he was, full of wrath, full of rage.
Younger. It's possible. It was so long ago, I don't recall having those memories for a while now.
Would content and peace be found near each other? Would
No,
they work together?
not necessarily. No, that is not a requirement on occasion. I understand chaos was found near a place called Chronicles. Whereas Wrath, when he first came out, was off on a different continent. Location can be determined by the trap the gods set for us, but not all of us were trapped in there. A few of us made it out, or died before it was activated.
Fascinating. Are we still within the
Oh yeah.
empty? Okay. I think if it's all the same to you, I'd prefer to wake up, so I can confer with the others about some of this information that you've given me. Are you still in Palius?
Me? No. You wake up, and he's right next to you, Ben, looking down at you with these spiked teeth, smiling, big ol' grin on his face. I'm right here. I never actually left. Now, offers you a hand. You said you wanted to deliberate with your friends. It's
Yes.
morning.
Okay. She does a little bit of a stretcher-rooney, takes his hand, gets up, and then goes to hunt down the rest of the hat.
You were all found and located, and maybe the captain's included on this one. Should we cover that? Captain there?
Sure. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's go. Everyone's gathered.
So, I had a rather enlightening nightmare, which is an interesting set of words to put together.
I'm a delight.
Certainly never leave me bored, that's for sure. So, apparently we need to tackle some of the, shall we say, limbs, rather than going straight for the head of this operation, rather than hunting down Content himself directly, because apparently he's not back yet. We should tackle his, what are called generals, which would be Ego, Pride, and Joy.
And you be saying this was a nightmare you had?
Yes.
Lots of those lately.
I wonder why. Kind of smirking and side-eyeing Veer a little bit.
He's crept behind you and started forming more of a bigger shadow, and has grown a little bit as you said that sentence, and just smiles a very evil grin towards the captain.
Oh my.
This creepy guy, he's just really misunderstood.
It's understood.
Any ideas on how we should do this, then? Here?
Knowing where they are would be a good start. I don't know. That's up to you. I just was asked if I had something, and I had something. So I offered.
Teffy is going to go through her book while I also go through my book and see if I can... Okay. So, well, I think unless something has changed in the past few days, that we already have a bit of an idea where Ego and Pride are. Ego is somewhere in Grantina. And then Pride is in Savath, harvesting peace. Peace was the fleshy blob. Tangerine is confused. Tangerine is checking her notes.
That's actually correct. I was accurate. He was seen hovering through the land, or the island of Peace, and witnessed harvesting by the Grissoms. That was a report from them.
Right.
Last you all knew about that is Julian was sending someone to look more into details on that.
Right, I thought Peace is what was causing everyone to forget.
Yes, that's the one being harvested.
Oh, okay. So just the effect spread without Peace himself having to be there?
Yep.
Ah, okay. I forgot. Cool. So that's where they are. I'm not so sure about Joy, especially because the primordials have effects opposite to what you'd think. So, does anyone have any idea on what a perverse manifestation of Joy would look like? Fear, this is your
Can I
sibling.
do?
What does their effect usually look like?
Joy usually likes to try to take it in its purest form, given the time. That's beyond me, though. I avoid them as much as I can. I don't like sunshine. They're always found with sunshine, and he's... Ugh.
Sunshine. Like a calm sunshine, or like an overbearing, deathly sort of sunshine?
Probably more the overbearing, deadly kind of sunshine.
Okay, so based on my personal experience, that sounds like it would probably be somewhere within the Grantina Senate, in that big desert, where the sun spells death more than it spells life.
Oh. They don't need to stay put. I mean, you're not entirely wrong with your theory, but would you, theorizing about where I would have been, where would you have thought I would be? Just based off of my name.
I'm gonna make a raw intelligence check.
Based off your name alone, before realizing that everything shows up backwards, I would have figured you'd be somewhere within the Nork Empire. So, yeah, I guess so.
I want to go there. We should go there.
I think you might have more fun, not necessarily within the Empire, but around the outskirts, where there's always that fear of impending invasion.
You're right, I would. Would you roll, Ethan?
Dirty 20.
Dirty,
Not for fear, but for joy.
but for joy. Dirty 20. Joy, there's two for a dirty 20. Two thoughts to go down. You could go down the one where you will find them where their emotional embodiment most lies, but you've also experienced a little bit of a reverse at some points. You could also experience finding joy in a place where no joy exists. You would know them to be a member of the family, and the family tends to be the reverse of what they are, but heavily so. Where there is none, they bring it in waves to the point where it drowns the whole community around. Like the fear of content would be, it would put the entire community in a state of content to where they would just not get up anymore and would stop breathing and stop doing anything inside their normal functions.
Miranda.
Yeah.
Miranda? There's a place called Miranda?
Firefly.
Firefly. Yep.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. Pulled from Firefly and Supernatural for that one.
A side note, given the circumstances, I rolled a D100 to see if I was gonna have a heart attack.
Oh gosh.
What? I rolled a 3.
Okay. It's the second time we've gotten a pretty low roll. Yeah.
He just
there's-
keels over right here.
It's not going to keel over, but there is
Oh no.
Clear.
strange tightness around your chest, and the tips of your left finger feels a little bit more numb, and your jaw is a little more clenched than usual, like you're clenching your jaw, but you're not intending to. And your teeth almost feel like they're floating just in your jaw portion. Experience these days, people. Nothing bad yet, but things definitely don't feel right, Schnozzboob.
Guys, I don't feel great. I'm gonna go lay down. Feel free to make decisions without me. Snozup's gonna go and lay on his bed.
He is going to do a medicine check. I forgot what
Do
that was
it.
called for a sec, because I never have to do it. Okay, and I just dropped it on the floor. Fantastic. 18.
18. It's mild temperature right now, but Schnozboop's brow is sweatier than it normally would be.
Do I, by chance, know any tips to help with that?
Probably the lie down. I mean, you know he's getting a little on the edge, older in age for his kind, but.
Okay. I am going to just kind of dampen a cloth and place it across his forehead and eyes once he lies down.
Oh, I think he's going to his cabin to lie down.
Okay, then I'm going to hand him the dampened cloth on his way to his room.
Gets a dampened cloth. Lies it on there.
That does not seem particularly good. That doesn't seem like it bodes well. Does anyone know what we're supposed to do when someone who's kind of up there in his years is sweaty for no reason?
I'll do a medicine check. That is a 10.
A 10? You've no idea. You don't do stuff with old people.
This is what Altine's gonna say.
Oh, he doesn't have a heart attack before we can get the information out.
It's a bit harsh. He is our friend. Have you no concern for him at all?
I didn't say that.
Fish has got a cup of tea.
I'm just looking at you directly without blinking.
I'm just gonna kind of look around and see if anyone else is at all concerned about this. And
Byrith will also do a medicine check.
I don't know if this is something we're supposed to be able to fix.
I don't know. Does aspirin exist in this world? That'll thin his blood out a little bit.
There are chemicals that you'd be able to use, like basic medicine stuff too.
Yeah, maybe he's come across something in his journeys. Some exotic something. I don't know.
Some exotic something.
Yeah, I don't have the flora book, I just have the
That's
fauna
a
book.
22.
22? I mean, with the mention of a heart attack, yeah, it could be something related to that. It could also just be an age factor. But either way, a certain number of chemicals that could help with just easing any kind of pain Schnozboop might be coming through.
So I'll call over before Schnozboop leaves. Schnozboop, I believe I have a concoction that might be able to aid you before
It'll
you
age
rest.
me? I don't think I need to be aged anymore, my friend.
Aid you before your rest.
Oh, well, I would appreciate that. Thanks so much, Captain. I'm sure it's nothing, of course, but...
I'm gonna lean over to Taffy and say...
How his hearing's going?
Taffy will kind of smack him on the arm and say, "Don't joke about that. He's having a medical event."
So I'll take out a piece of paper and write the chemical concoction and say, "Here, take this to the... What would we have? Not a pharmacist, but like a...
Medic?
Yeah. Quartermaster. Quartermaster
medic?
actually would be a good one too. Yeah.
Okay. Take this down to the quartermaster, and they'll know how to mix it right up."
That seems like a lot of stairs. I'll give it a try.
Oh, it's okay. I can do that.
Finally, Minor Chaos takes the note.
You go lay down.
Good, Philemon.
Oh, thanks, guys. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Snozboop's gonna go in his bed.
Don't forget to put the cloth over your head. If it's not over your head, I'm gonna slap you.
Snotspoop did not remember to put a cloth over his head.
You are slapped awake with a chemical mixture to help you sleep.
Told you.
Ooh, we're gonna drink that down.
He puts the cloth over your head and he just sits by your bed, humming a little tone to himself. Terribly off key.
Snotspoop doesn't know he's asleep.
Well, fun little event there. He's still alive, Schnauzboob. You're not gone yet. Still waiting for that one. You've got essentially one more whole day. Live?
Die. Repeat.
One more whole day to live. I understand.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, what are we doing on this last day, guys?
Let's put you on right before, just before coming into the harbor of Dresdiff. So just before meeting up with Luce.
Oh yeah,
So
we have to take another boat.
Yeah. It'll be 5/4/10/566. That'll be the date.
Teffy continues to look at the map. By the way, because I missed it, are these white squiggles, are they like the divisions between the countries?
Yes, you all keep asking for specific stuff, so
Cool.
I was like, I'm just going to actually draw it in. Why not?
Okay, wonderful. Okay, and the Garantina rebels have their own set of land as well. Interesting. So...
Nice. Just now noticed that.
Yeah.
So we're looking... We have an idea on where ego and pride would be, but joy would be somewhere where there's overbearing sunshine. But DM, can you tell us whether joy would actually be somewhere within Nathriel? Iridai, or if they're just like on Nathriel in general?
With the days and the consideration of the fact that there's a big old blue line now circling it. I'm waiting for the Big Tins Island to show up. With the 4 days, though, with that much time in-game, there would be a few things you'd be able to deduce. One of them is with the generals so far, or, quote-unquote generals, that's just the terminology that Fee has chosen to use. With them focusing in Iridai, the best bet is Joy would be somewhere in Iridai. And his word terminology with Sunshine you would get is not necessarily actually a primordial themselves, but something created that Joy carries around with her everywhere she goes. Always has Sunshine with her.
Sunshine. Was that the name of Snoresboop's dead wife?
No.
It was someone named Sunshine.
Jirena was Snoresboop's dead wife.
There was someone named Sunshine.
There was a brief mention of a Sunshine in the past, I believe by either Mr. Keys or Chaos, but it was never fully actually clarified what it meant.
Sunshine was someone's dead wife.
No, there was no one's dead wife named Sunshine. Wait. That might have been one of the improv of the minor NPCs. That doesn't actually matter.
Oh.
Snoresboop's dead mother is Ophelia. If that's helpful to you.
Hey there, Ophelia.
Who in the world was Sunshine?
Well, you can discover those notes later. I will tell you now. The litter box. Okay, I get it now. I will tell you whatever that note is. It's not the same sunshine, probably.
Okay, so sunshine doesn't matter. Or the sunshine that is tickling my brain does not matter.
Yes,
Okay.
it's not coming to my mind. I'm not remembering it. If you do find notes, let me know.
Okay. So would sunshine be a creature or an object? Or like an effect from an object?
Yes.
A creature and an object? A gerbil.
What's Big Tin?
Oh
Not
no!
exactly like Big Tin, but the same kind of concept. You consider Big Tin alive, yet he is a construct of some kind. Sunshine would be the same concept. He's not exactly what Big Tin is. Like, that's only using him as an example for state of being. He's not made of the same material. Not related in any way to that.
So you're telling me Sunshine and Big Ten can't morph together into a bigger, stronger
Oh, don't give Big Tin
Voltron version of... Sorry.
Big
Yeah, oh, no.
sunshine.
Big Tin wants to eat sunshine now.
Super Saiyan BT.
All you need is like
Love.
five other steel predators. One for leg, one for arm. Like two for legs, two for
Well-
arms, one for body, and then you are
See, I
like
got this written down somewhere. I'm
ahead.
not unique. There are others.
Voltron Big Ten. He's got a sword made out of the sixth one. You know?
Just,
I don't know.
by the way, Big Tin, that actually has crossed my mind.
Oh, that we merge.
not with a primordial creation, no. With your others. I did think
Yeah,
about
with
that.
the others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
Or
what
I
is
does
it?
might-
it have more of
I
an
might absorb
amoeba
them.
effect,
It's
where you
terrifying.
like
Depending on when I
absorb
meet
and
them.
then you get like twice the size.
Oh no.
It's a possibility. Depending on time.
Yeah.
I mean, if Snozboob can live long enough, I can save him even.
Let's freeze Snozboop in a state like
Rise
like
of the
Walt
Cyborgs.
Disney.
I can dig this. Let's do it. Let's Fallout 3 ending scenario number 3 this. Fuse the machine with the
Box gate on
people.
death certificate.
Anyway,
I'm gonna spend the 4 days talking to Destruction.
Talking to destruction. Excellent. Anything you might want to dive into in specific?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna play a game.
Ooh.
I'm in his body, he's in my body. I'm in my body, he's in his body. I'm in his body, he's in my body. We're gonna keep swapping back and forth.
are you having a stroke over there?
Who bonded to Mystery? No, Nalrin had been bonded to Mystery. I just found a note in here that said that there was one key that Mr. Keys did not make himself, and it led to a hot and chaotic place. Does
Oh,
that have
sounds-
anything to do
sounds
with
like
it?
the hell dimension if I've ever heard one.
Does that have anything to do with it? Would Kiefer have a
Rip
way?
and tear
Hey, do
until
you
it is
remember
done.
what session that was in?
Yes, that was number 6.
It was number 6. Great.
Mhm.
31 sessions, people, for them to realize
Kiefer
what
had a
I
life
said.
partner named Sunshine. Kiefer had a life partner named
There
Sunshine.
it is.
That's
There
the
it
dead
is.
wife.
That's the...
There you go.
Success. Is that the same Sunshine then?
Oh, we'll get to that in a moment. We gotta address the fact that Big Tin's hopping back and forth in between destruction. As soon as you get well, as soon as you've gotten out of the archipelago's mists, you've been able to do this a lot more freely. It takes a little bit of getting used to it. But as you're processing back and forth, seeing what's going on top of that mountain, he purposefully frequently now asks for the doors to be left open. Now, you won't be able to control his body, but you can actually have that dual sight. Knowing and feeling what's going on where he is, while he knows and feels what's going on where you are. And it's like a, what's that spell with the familiar? Where you can have the sight of your familiar, but you lose the sight of where you are at that moment, but you see exactly what your familiar is doing. You can, in essence, do that and swapping back and forth. And with the 4 days of practicing and training, you can have the duality to it. And there is what is it called? Energies, good grief. That word. The energies that he sees. You can overlap them for a certain amount of time. Not sure if that's what you're going after for that, but...
Well, yeah, it's kind of, because it is, you have my evolutionary path. At some point, I will be existing in multiple places at once.
That's right, yeah. Yeah, getting used to that. Then, this is great training for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I want to get to the point where it's constant.
Excellent.
It's just another sensory input system.
Kind of like having that what is opacity? The opacity of one of the visions turned down to 30%.
I'm a construct, so
you can do that easily. Yeah.
It's just another screen. Mental screen.
So many. That's cool. I like it. Cool. Yeah, after 4 days, easy peasy. For a construct, that's
baby steps.
96 hours of straight practice, nearly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Arriving on the harbor of Dresdiff, you have a very similar scene, Schnozzboop, for yourself, to what happened. A bit more of a deliberate escort, instead of having to wait for the ship's crew to sign all the ledgers. There's already someone waiting there for the hand specifically to be escorted to the big manor that Luce is currently occupying. So there are a few minor changes already from the vision that you saw. But once you arrive, the War Council is dismissed. And Luce and Franklin? Francis, thank you. Francis are there. Along with Julian, the captain, you'll be there as well. Nathriel will be there. The rest of you. Alright, Oldian. Luce will start. I need some explanations.
Snozzboop, this is your cue. And it is my Philemon here.
Who? Philemon?
That's what. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Philemon, I said Lifeman.
Lifeman, yeah. It's like, hang on, I think there's a mix-up.
Hilarious.
Yeah, this is my friend Philemon who can collaborate.
Yep.
What I'm saying here. I had a vision, I guess is the best word for it.
It's a good word.
Of the next 3-4 days. And the culmination of that, we arrived in Dresden. If we go to the peace talks, and a general uses a massive worm to eat the entire peace talk delegation.
Right.
So that's the information that I have.
How strongly was this vision?
I believed 100% that I was in fact there.
Would you call it a memory?
I mean, it's in my memory now.
But as strong as a memory?
Sure.
I'm actually kind of looking at JP for a ruling on this.
You could.
Victon just looks up to the clouds like,
I'm thinking. So you could take his recollection of it as he woke up, like those flash memories when you're waking up and you're trying to remember a dream you don't want to forget, and share those. Like, it'll be missing some finite details. It'd be the equivalency of what I would be doing whenever he uses this ability in the future, gaining the threat and gaining the knowledge of a few aspects around the future.
Well, I can, since I did it in your vision, you know I can do this.
I
I can share it.
put my hand on Big Tid's head or whatever it's done. I forget.
Yeah.
a little scritch behind the biometal ears.
Upload.
Upload. It's
Do the double scritch.
Up.
That's where you're like full face.
Upload the memory. Process it, clean it up, distribute it out. Everybody present.
and you will see it too. It's like a genuine memory being implanted.
So, assuming that this is real, which I believe that it is, some decisions
possibility.
need to be made.
Why?
The way I look at it, we have two options. The first is we warn the Peace Council. We warn everybody. And we move it somewhere where it can't be attacked in that manner. Or we do everything from this point exactly how Snozboop's premonition went. But we just don't go to the peace talks.
How much of the city did the worm devour?
The center of all 17 tiers.
It's going to be hard to avoid that.
Luce gives you wide eyes. I thought you were against extra lives being sacrificed for our cause. That was 17 tiers of innocent lives. Well, 16, not including the top. And we didn't even see the structural integrity of the city at the end of it. Now I've got her voice. God, it took me half a session.
It's an option.
Not in my book.
Could this general be stopped beforehand?
I don't think so. If he catches wind, he'll be gone.
He's north
Maybe
of
that's what
Plebis
you
right
need
now.
to do. Let him know we know, and then he won't do it. He'll come up with another plan, which will be in the dark again, but at least we'll save the city.
Maybe.
Julian will say something. Why the peace talks? Why then? I mean, you might be able to
More
get...
than just the Cortina Senate is there.
Yes, but if what we're suggesting is true, then they're playing their hand, are they not?
Maybe they're already in their endgame, and we just don't know it.
It seems that the outcome of such an attack would simply be chaos, a window for another power to move in. If we think that is what the demons are doing, as well, trying to create a destabilizing force in all governments for ease, then destroying the leaders of all of Grantina seems like a good way to do that.
If he has people in place second that he controls.
And if he's working with others, that actually is a viable plot. Has me a bit more concerned. Something you should know. I haven't heard from Silence in a while. He was the one I sent to look into the situation with Peace. He hasn't in the past gone quiet. Frequently. But he has from time to time, so it could just be a spell, but... my thoughts do run. Especially with this.
Run, the deep run.
We move the peace talks, we move them to the mountains. And Pallius, if it can be done.
I don't want a worm there.
I don't think it can get through solid rock.
Ooh. Hey.
Would the Senate go to Pallius?
I just had a thought.
Philemon, what is it?
Can worms fly?
I would assume not.
Why don't you do it in the air then?
That was my thought exactly. Up high in Pallius.
No, I mean like completely detached from the ground.
On
in a
ship
flying ship.
Yeah.
or in Guildhome.
Yeah. What's that?
Guildhome? That would be considered neutral territory. I can see what I can do. My resources are running thin right now, though.
But we've got money.
Not money resources, the intangible kind. Pool and sway and political structures. I've been playing my hand quite a lot lately. If I do this, I won't be able to influence anything for a while. Essentially, the GM's way of saying he'll be tapped out for a while. You'll have to give him time to rebuild his resource bar.
Then who do we tell first?
I think I can muster up an excuse for the Peace Senate. And having it at Guildhome would be a nice persuading factor. But we'd probably need them to propose it. They won't listen to any kind of proposal I make. It was misery even getting them to agree to this one.
And that means me first. Oh, 3 days, eh? I'll be off on that note. He turns and, you keep me informed on what's going on. Pulls out a stick from his sleeve. Altian, you're familiar with this. He hands it to you. It's a wand of sending. It has 3 charges. If you use the 3rd charge, there's a chance that it will break. Use it wisely. And he turns to leave the room. Okay,
Who
so
did you give that to again?
you, actually. You're the
Me?
one,
Oh.
yeah, you've been using it the past few days to send those messages.
Oh, well, I'm just gonna hand it to... Get it to Luz and let her know that just use it 2 times. Just don't even play with it
Don't
twice.
even risk that, yep. Good, okay. Assuming that works, then what do we do next? If we can lose the peace talks and peace meetings, then crisis averted. But there's still the fact that we know what we know now. Or we might know what we know now. I'm still a little lost in all this.
We should verify the other part.
The part that my most trusted general is a traitor? I would agree
No.
with that.
That and what's going on in Stronrith.
The zombies, the zombie workers.
Oh, that. Yeah, we should verify that too. Ooh.
I think we can do that.
Can we do that and get out? If we go there, does that give him any reason just to attack the city anyhow? If that's what
If
we're
he
trying to
does,
avoid.
then at the very least, none of the other nation's delegates are there. It's just us. We wait to do that until it's moved. If it isn't moved, then they're left to their own devices and their own choices.
Yeah, but if we wait till it's moved, we don't have the invitation to be there.
Says we need an invitation to get in.
Lewis?
Luce is just leaning on her shoulders, rubbing her temples a little bit. Julian's gone. Francis, though, is smiling next to Luce and like, I can do that. We've got people. We can get you in. Big Tin, you'll blend in pretty nicely. If people take a closer look at your design, though, they'll notice. But out of all of us, you'll be the one that sticks out the least. Probably might be a surprise.
We disguise ourselves
I can get us up to
to
the
get in.
6th level. Not beyond. We've got people in place for that. But the 2nd level is a place we can't get into. It's closed off. So that'll be something to look into, I guess, when we get there.
Slosbip said we got in there before.
Yeah, I could have gone further too. I believe I could have made a little bit of a disturbance with a large giant ape, but I didn't.
The ape is still not part of the plan, but maybe a bit of a jailbreak.
That is to say,
If you catch my
options were
drift.
available. We'll leave it at that.
A heist. This sounds good. This sounds like fun. This sounds dangerous.
It's only the most heavily guarded city in the Grantine. What could possibly go wrong?
Where to start?
Well, it depends on your definition of wrong in this situation. It likely won't go as we expect, but I'm sure the hand will out.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get the information for the peace talks. It's in the guild home and nothing else happens. We can bring this information to everybody. Proof of what's been happening there.
Delay tactic to get the evidence. Eltine, in order for that to work, you would need to leave everything as is. You wouldn't be able to do a break.
Well, let's not say that.
Oh. Gods above. I like where this is going.
Question.
It sounds like a fun plan. Answer.
This is to the group, not to.
Ooh.
This is to the room. This is BT speaking. Sorry.
There you go.
Question. Beyond the hand, does anyone here own a steel predator? Or have been in direct contact with one? A lot? Recently?
We've encountered a few in the resistances.
Not fighting, no. I need something better than that.
Like manufacturing capabilities, spare parts.
Just have been in the presence of one peacefully, close up, you know, like you are with me right now.
No. No, fortunately. I haven't.
Too bad.
One of the War Council probably has. I mean, we have a few of the chancellors who came to our side here, and they
Here,
probably
right now?
definitely have. Yeah.
Let's go ask.
Little inquiring, little asking. Do you find one? Let's make him a goblin, because we can. He's found inside the library, or what passes as a library, poring over a few documents. Oh, you're a fancy design.
A
Yes,
moment of your time, if you can.
I will let him lead. You speak as well. It's peculiar, but I'm not against it.
Upgraded design.
Undoubtedly, yes, of course.
But I'm curious. Could you take a good walk around me and look at me from every angle while picturing in your head the differences you see between me and a regular steel predator? Please?
Oh. A peculiar request, but yes, I suppose I can. I took involvement inside the creation of Mark 14. It was close to a decade ago, but more newer designs put on
And
these
also,
glasses. Yes.
while you're doing this, may I bond with you?
Pardon?
It is a link. It's a direct link.
Open to strange experiences? Sure, I suppose so.
Boredom.
No, tingly. He starts
Record.
walking around you and vocalizing the differences, pointing out specific.
I'm recording his memories
Oh,
of
definitely.
what he's seen as he's pointing out the differences.
Yeah, takes him about 15 minutes, but you have a very detailed difference between yourself and not necessarily one of the most recent marks, but definitely ones that would still be around and used commonly enough.
That's what I need.
Remarkable design you are, really. I would be fascinated in knowing who created you.
Yes. That is a mystery yet.
Well,
Looks at Luce.
let me know when you find out, yes?
He goes, sits down, and Luce just staring a little wide-eyed. And, yeah. Sure.
Straightforward.
While walking back with you.
I thought you knew who created you.
I do. But that doesn't need to be common knowledge.
Oh. Okay.
Dealing with you lot here really is a handful.
Hudson knows how to pick 'em.
Look at that chunky cat, folks.
Mm.
Look at the chonkers.
Yo, you can go back in the VODs and find a VOD where that cat is tiny, itty bitty, like Ben's picking it up with one hand.
Mm-hmm.
And now look at it. Oh, they grow up so fast. Oh, beautiful.
The
kitty.
tickness.
Yeah. Nice.
He's like,
Yeah.
"What are you doing? Stop it!"
Dad, stop it.
He's a silly boy.
Wow.
How many days is it going to take us to get there on Skiff?
On Skiff, if you go day and night and you don't stop, which is a possibility, Francis can organize that, it will be about 2.5 days or so. So, actually, day and night would be 2 days. Take you 2 days, but he would, Francis would be insisting on arriving at night because you wouldn't be entering the city openly.
Do we have a timeline that we have to have this done by? So
Not until
whatever.
after everyone gets warned, I think.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
whatever
figure
works
out
in their timeline. We don't have to be there as fast. I was just kind of curious
Mhm.
because I need days to practice what I'm going to start practicing now.
Yeah.
This guy.
It's time to take my living metal to the next step and not just color.
Gonna have a makeover.
But yeah, eventually, actually, we need to decide if this works or not. The first stage of all of this, whether or not the guild leaders, would be open to hosting these peace talks. Who wants to roll a D100 for me? Give me a percentile dice.
Sure. You guys want to go? 54.
54. Very good. Just looking for above 30. There it is, up at the wrong time. 54. They do come back with, they are willing to host it. It'll be time frame no earlier than a line out. As in, if they do host it, if you convince the other side to postpone it, it'll be at least 7 days.
Plus, however long it takes everybody to get there.
Mm-hmm. So you're probably looking at about 2 to 3 weeks of a postponing if the Grandine and Zenit people agree to this. For the next stage of it, there is need for the Luce to send essentially an emissary person to inform the Grantine and Senate that they would like a postponing, and to make a decision on that and inform them that the guild is willing to host it at guild home, neutral territory, reassured for everyone's safety. That emissary will be traveling quickly, so it'll arrive at Stronrith the 2 days. They will be arriving openly, so they will just inform you of that to let you know that it is an option for travel should you choose to take it. Otherwise, you can go about your own vices and have your own determinations.
What do we think, gang? Do we get this over with?
I think it would be better if we did not show up with that emissary.
With the emissary? Yeah, I don't think so either. Just in case, yeah.
Yeah.
Just in case a wild giant ape
I
gets
can do
let
that.
loose on the second level.
We don't
Giant
have the best rep.
Then we will make our own way.
Alrighty then.
Making our own way. Okay. Francis, during a nice little prayer meeting, the emissary will have either just about left or is leaving at this point. Well, what do you guys suppose? I'm at your disposal. I'll be joining you with this one. I don't know if Luce let you know on that. Well, you'll need my contacts to get in. So, you're stuck with me.
If peace talks,
Go backwards on that one.
if the Senate agrees, that's when we go. If they come back and they don't agree, then we still go. It's just us.
Okie dokie. So, we'll be waiting 2 days. We got 2 days, I guess, to plan and plot. Gives me plenty of time to get in touch with them and for them to prepare too. Won't be a bad thing.
Perfect. I need to build a few things anyway. Just in case.
Anything else from you guys? So what do we think the general plan is then? You are muted.
It was a joke, general plan. I was going to jokingly start doing this. Because you said the word general.
Oh, we've been saying it like how long?
I know we have, yeah, a lot. So we're not playing that.
That's how it
to joke.
goes.
We're in Dresdiff.
You're in Dresdiff.
still?
Yeah. City of Dresdiff, the date. It's going to be the following day, so it's going to be 5/5/10, 566. Probably maybe around brunch time. Maybe you're having some mimosas.
Is there a marketplace type place?
Yeah, there's a couple of places you could go. You could go to the general market store. You could go to it kind of depends on what items you're looking for. But at this city right now, there is also a quartermaster that you could go to. You can't negotiate prices with them, but they usually do have rarer to find items like health potions. You're more likely to
Go to the
find.
marketplace first.
Perfect. What you looking
Before I
for?
go there, I would like to disguise myself to make it difficult for anyone to notice that I am me.
Ah, excellent. There's not a disguise self roll. Is there a disguise self roll?
No.
No. Gosh, yo, I forgot how to
They
D&D.
rolled it into performance.
Performance, huh?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's roll into performance. That's a good shout.
23.
23. Nice. Yeah, you look like a very different older gnome.
Great.
Would you be inviting anyone, or are you trying to do this?
No,
by yourself?
specifically not.
Okay.
Aww.
And I'm gonna go to
That's
the place.
unfriendly.
And going to the marketplace. And I'm looking for a small object that's like quarter size or smaller. Not that valuable, but not worthless. And hopefully not. Well, I guess that doesn't matter particularly necessarily. And I'm looking for it. What kind of items are around that are that to meet those criteria?
Okay, so maybe an antique or more a store that deals with bits and bobs. Let's go with the wooden seat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it perhaps an outside stall? I don't know what kind of place this is.
Yeah,
It's
we could go with
an open air marketplace.
Ooh, okay, yeah, open air marketplace. There's stalls with shop owners that probably come around and travel from city to city, but these ones might have been stuck here for a while due to the things going on in Grantina.
Right.
And one of them is, the wooden, we'll call it the wooden seat. I don't know, can't remember what I called it beforehand, but the wooden seat stall, something that will pack up nicely, but has got all his wares and bits and bobs on display.
Great. Okay. And then the stalls next to them, what do they have?
We'll make the one on the right's a fabric dealer, someone who deals with a tailor. That's what they're called,
Great.
a tailor. And on the other side is a taxidermist.
Great. This is what I would like to do. I would like to attempt to steal a small bob from the Bob's place. I would also like to steal a silver button from the tailor, and I want to swap them.
Okay. So you would like to switch a silver button and a little bit and bob on these tailors, or on these two. Okay, perfect.
Yes.
First, give me a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, I should be asking for that second. First one should be a stealth check.
Stealth check first. That's gonna be a 27.
Okay, yeah, 27. For plywood characters or NPCs, yeah, that'll definitely get past. Now I need a sleight of hand check.
That's gonna be 27.
Good grief. As the two are engaging with each other, it's a little bit of a slow business, but those stall owners are having a brief conversation. You slip behind and grab this little tiny, it looks like a statue missing a head, an ancient trinket probably found off in the fields somewhere in some distant place. Dash over to the tailor, find a silver button and put the little trinket bob where the silver button would be, and come back and put the silver button where the trinket was.
Perfect. Now I'd like to go to the quartermaster, please.
Okay. A little bit of chaos, love it. Going to the quartermaster.
Partway to the quartermaster, I would have made myself look more like myself.
Okay. Going into an alleyway, pulling off the false nose, the fake beard, letting the hood down. Maybe flipping the cloak inside out.
Get to the quartermaster. Greetings, good sir. I'm looking to purchase some diamonds. Do you happen to have any?
Diamonds? You're looking at a furball. I got a couple. Not many, though. Diamonds are real hard to come by, you might know, and the rebels, well, we're not exactly the most financed group. I got 30 gold worth.
What's that in diamonds? Gotcha. That'll do. 30 gold, half.
He pulls out a small sack with a couple of... By your valuing, you've gotten diamonds before in the past, and you've gone through this process. There are 3 of them in there, and you value that probably about 10 gold each. They're very small little nuggets. In this world, for people who are really just joining on inside Iridai, diamonds and gems in general are still pretty hard to come by because of the Nork Empire and the issues in there. The supply cannot be really properly replenished because the mines are all occupied by enemies. So what they have is hard to come by. Little pieces at a time is what they can gather. Schnorsboop's been doing that.
Nice. I paid them the, what'd you say, 30 gold?
30 gold, yeah.
Paid them 30 gold, get the diamonds, go back to wherever it is that we're staying.
That was a weird encounter.
Thank you.
Says, you're welcome.
The end.
The end. Anyone else? Swapping some bubbles, okay.
I'm going to the Rebel Armory, and I'm making as much C4 as I can.
Oh, gosh.
And I'm also teaching them how to make C4.
Oh, they already
if I
know.
have not already.
You already have.
Then I'm just picking up some C4. How about that?
Basically, yeah.
They haven't had any.
They'll have a few bricks for you. They can have a few bricks for you. Supplies, again, kind of limited for a rebel faction. They're not the richest, so they can't give you too much. But you'll get at least, well, you know what? Roll a d4. We'll see. We'll find out.
One in my hand. Where'd it go? 3.
3. You have 3 bricks. I'm gonna have to write that down so I don't forget it.
What else? I'm also gonna grab. If I don't have it, I'll make it myself. Or them little smoke grenades I had, just in case we have to escape.
Nice.
You know?
Yep. Some smoke bombs.
I will roll another d4.
Do it. Yes.
That's 3 again. Let's go!
I should do it. Supplies like that, by the way, for all of you, you can absolutely go to the quartermaster and just basically requisition. Diamonds are a very specific thing. Thing like diamonds and healing potions, you'll have to purchase those. But some items you can requisition because of your affiliation with the faction. You're like a renowned and maturity factor of 3 out of 5 with these guys, so you can get certain supplies for free.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get some food and drink for the ship.
Oh yeah, they'll restock you.
Requisitioned.
They'll resupply it, definitely. In fact, actually, we'll probably have to hop over to Captain Beereth for a moment.
Oh,
As
yes.
you're overseeing this requisition of supplies, Eulandria will come up and... I've had a thought.
Thought.
Mm-hmm. What they're getting into probably isn't something we should.
Ooh. What made you change your mind?
Well, the peace meeting stuff, absolutely. We can get involved with that as a foreign faction party. More the infiltrating a city, that kind of stuff.
Aye.
Probably not a good idea for us to get involved in that when we're trying to be on the peaceful side of things. I kind of get that would be taken as aggressive actions, wouldn't you think?
Well, we could be involved without being involved, can't we?
Yeah, but what if we get caught? You think the High King would be okay with that?
Well, considering the evidence we're going after. I say from a distant room. I'm kidding.
I would consider that maybe there could be a way that we could help without being quite so obvious. I don't know that we should back out entirely.
Maybe just a sideline? Support, backup? Kind of ordeal?
Aye. And whatever occurs on shore is not really our concern.
A seafarer. More worried about the ocean. I would concur with that. We should probably sideline ourselves for this one. Take care of that thing of the ocean, I guess.
What do we tell the crew? Not our crew. The Hand.
Honest truth, probably. We're a foreign nation that probably shouldn't get involved as directly as what they're about to do. I'll leave that to you.
Well,
I should probably fill my father in on what's been going on.
will Ultian be nearby?
Can be, yeah, not too far off. Maybe a few rooms down.
Well, I'll go searching for Ultian.
You find him playing with explosives.
I see you found the quartermaster.
Yeah, but I heard you guys did too. They resupplied.
Oh, yes. Most necessary. Listen, there's the matter of us being foreign dignitaries that allow us certain freedoms that we would rather not have taken away were we to be discovered to be listen, we cannot be involved in this next mission. We can help on the sidelines, but that is as much as we can do for now.
I'm gonna stand up and walk over to you, and there's gonna be like a pause where you, because of the mask and because I'm just staring at you, you cannot tell what my facial expression is. And then I'm just gonna stick out my hand and I'm gonna say,
We'll see you again when we're back in port.
Hey. I appreciate your understanding.
Take care of yourself, Captain, and the crew. We need all of you if we're gonna ever go back to Yondo.
Hey, that we can do.
give the captain a handshake, and then relay that information to the rest of the party through our earpieces.
through earpieces. Everyone having been informed, it is GM time to remind some people of some capabilities and things that they have that are time dependent on things like Tevi and the piece of paper, and Schnozboop and his capability, which recharges at the end of each line. Recharges.
We're at the end of a line?
Not yet. You're
Okay.
most of the way through one, though.
Okay, I didn't think we were done. Okay, yeah. I have them, yeah.
How many lines are on my fortune cookie paper?
On this specific day, 1.
Okay. And the fortune cookie paper will answer anything, like the number of questions as there are lines, right? But it will answer any question that not the knowing has the answers to? Or just any question?
It'll
Fully
answer
accurate.
any question. The full accuracy to it is still up for interpretation.
Okay, cool. So then I will ask my fortune cookie paper. I will ask it. Sorry, I forget. Do I have to write on the paper?
You do.
Or can
yeah.
I just verbally ask the paper?
You gotta write on it. It uses
Okay.
the ink that you put on the paper to form its question.
Okay.
Or its
Then
answer.
I shall dig out my pen and then write on the paper. Being sure to do the appropriate capitalizations as necessary. Where can I find... No. Where is Joy, capital J, located?
It's a very specific answer. Or a very specific question. You will get a fairly vague answer. But direct enough, because it was a direct enough question. 3 words. Looking for me.
Effie picks up her paper and verbally addresses it. That's not a location! And then just like tucks it back in the coverlet of her book. Okay, cool. So that is that out of the way. We're just killing time right now. Let's see.
Question.
Okay.
Are we there a second day?
This would be the start of the second day, so 5, 5, 10, 5, 66.
So a second day.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I got another little mission to do.
Okay.
If it's my time.
Teffy has some things she would like to do.
Oh, Teffy first. Let's do it.
Yeah, Teffy first.
So I would like to use my flat wrap samples to make flat wrap concoctions.
Ooh, okay. What kind of concoctions are we making?
The kind that I drink? What?
Well, you remember you've got 2 different kinds. You've got the general ability change or the physical change. That's the thing that you got to decide whenever you make it.
So I'm not sure which of these 2 categories it would fall into, but I would like to have the ability to have my skin be as impermeable as their skin. So I don't know if that's an ability or if that would literally change my skin.
That would be literally changing your skin. Okay. Yeah, that would be a physical change.
Okay, I want to do that. Also, I have 3 samples. One of them gets eaten to make the recipe, and then I can have 2 concoctions, right?
Yep, that would be accurate.
Sweet, I'm going to do that.
Excellent. All things you can do in that time frame.
And that's all.
Perfect. Prepping those Gene Warrior abilities. Schnozbabe, second day, you have another mission.
Yeah, second day. I would like to find 2 clotheslines. that are near each other. I would like to take a piece of clothes from one, put it on the other, and then do the same from the other to that one.
Okay. Disguising yourself the same
Yes.
way or a different way?
Disguising myself in the same way is fine.
Same way. All right. So, 3 rolls. Same 3 rolls, but this time your performance will be with advantage because you're doing the same look.
That is a 26 performance.
26 performance. Excellent. Okay. The next is a stealth check.
That's a 21 stealth.
21 stealth. Good, good. This is the wrong sound. The next would be the sleight of hand.
19.
19. You take 2 pieces of fabric clothes from random people's clotheslines in the outside. Swap them deftly. No one sees you. No one noticed. You've succeeded in this mission.
Perfect. I'll go back.
Excellent. Okay.
Idly whittling away the days until his heart gives out.
Idly causing just a little bit of chaos. Chaos of which is giggling the whole time, both times you do this. Just joining along, very happy and giddy.
I like to think that my small heart attack affected my brain slightly. I'm just falling into the chaos bowl.
I can take it. I like it. Taking that energy that saw so much pain in Zonyo, doing it a little bit more innocently, quote unquote.
You know what you should actually do for Snozboop's death rolls? Is you should roll another dice, like a D4, let's say, with 4 separate options. Like one's heart attack, one's stroke, one's falling too roughly.
Oh goodness, that's too complicated. All right,
I don't think so. I don't think that's complicated at all.
For the next day, I would like all of you to roll me some D100s. Roll me some percentile dice.
What's another common way old people die? Cancer. That's the other.
Oh gosh.
Petting things that shouldn't be pet. Eating
22.
things that shouldn't be eaten.
Neither of those are common.
Forgetting their medication.
22 from Schnozboop. Altian, what'd you get?
89.
89. Teffy.
17.
17. Big Tin. Is that 60?
89.
Oh, 89. I thought it was 69. Oh, man.
Oh, nice.
Oh, 289s. What are the chances?
89s.
Captain Beereth.
Got a flat 30.
A flat 30. Well, your flat 30 saved the party.
Oh.
That were some lovely random rolls to see how the specific factions of the Grantina Senate voted for postponing the peace. 17, or anything lower than a 30, was a fail, as in those factions said no, they would not vote for it. However, the majority voted for it. So, it went through. The peace meetings are postponed. Postponed? That's a word, I promise. They are postponed. And they will be held now at the end of the cycle. So the end of the year.
Now's our time to move. Gang.
A lot more time has been
Get
bought
on
with
the
that.
road.
Do we know that?
Over.
Do we have that information?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we
Great.
just have 2 more Lunas. Well, are they still called? Yeah, 2 Lunas until the peace talks. Because the end of the cycle is.
Yeah,
near.
it's very near. You're just over 2. It's like 2 days and 2 lunars.
Did have one.
So back to Yondo, real quick. Is that what
Do
we're
we
thinking?
want to do that or go to Stradrith first and get the information? Or should we
What
let that cool
information?
down? Of the slave workers, the mindless.
Yeah, we're going to strong. I
Yeah.
thought that's what we were doing.
Okay.
But I did have a question over those last 2 days. Are there any steel predators in town?
In town, no. No, the rebels unfortunately don't have any on their side.
Then
All
I'll
the
just
factories for
practice
those.
from memory over those 2 days.
Yeah, all those factories are in Stronrith. Creation of something like that was kept in the capital.
We're going to Strongeth. I will use my second charge ability to see how that will go.
Over to Stronrith?
Yeah.
Okay. So, targeting particularly the decision to go to Stronrith to gather information for use in the peace talks. Your group in your vision here travels via skiff for 2 days over to Stronrith. Successful infiltration of meeting a few unique individuals. Vigilante crew that works inside the city itself and has been working alongside Francis for a while. They're quite well established. They have their hands in many levels. They can get you up to certain locations. Getting in is a little harder. Getting into level 2, well, when you tell them that you did that, it was a surprise to them. You succeed in getting in. You succeed in getting your information. Major aspects. There is a key difference in the fact that there's a lot more of them around. The thralls that you saw. It's busier than it was inside your vision. The information you gather, they are making those giant tanks that you found in Zellum inside Stronrith. They are preparing to escalate war, not de-escalate it. Are the 2 major aspects. And I think we'll actually call on it even an earlier one on that, because what a lovely place to leave you all on.
Okay.
Well,
I...
2 more major things, actually,
Okay.
before that. And we might have a little time to discuss with the rest of the people what this means, but the leader of the Vigilante crew, you find out, is bonded to Primordial. The other thing you find out is you do get caught. And the person you fight has these dark crystals growing from their skin, all over. And you get not just primordial energy from him, but demonic as well.
Do we defeat him or escape, or do we die?
Up in the air. As soon as
The
you
vision
pop out
doesn't
of
know.
the vision, it pops out mid-combat or mid-fighting. Philemon looks at you and like,
Sorry, I don't have full control.
Feels like we die.
Yeah, I mean, the last one he kind of did.
Yeah.
I think.
I will let the hand know this information immediately.
That's a lot of information to digest, I hate to say.
It's a lot of information to digest. Yeah, with that ability, I'll never be able to give you specific answers, like yes, you will win, or no, you will lose. I won't be able to do that. I'll just be able to give you a vague answer on things. It will be vague, but it will have useful information.
Is it avoidable being captured?
I believe it is the most likely outcome, is how I understand it. There are other possible outcomes. It seems the most likely outcome for some reason. Am I saying that right, JP?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Most probable probability.
Philemon.
Hmm.
Can you tell what particular action needs to take place in order for us not to get caught?
No. All I can do is envision the probabilities. It's not always gonna be precise, unfortunately. I can't get the whole, every single individual detail. Like, even on the first one, I don't fully know what you all did, or what happened during the time of travel to Stranrath. Like, there were a lot of points missed. And the same goes for this one, too. I mean, a lot of points missed. We didn't even see how the combat happened, or how it started. Just that it was happening. Inside, too. I don't know if that matters. Chaos works in weird ways.
Yeah, you do, but
So, seeing that the most probable outcome to this venture is that we are captured, potentially die, do we still want to go? Or go in this way? I guess.
I don't know. We need the information.
Another point to point out for this stuff. We don't actually really have any general time frames. We just see actions that could happen from the decision of the course. That could be you all waiting as well. Like, if you wait to do it, it could be that time. That's the problem with seeing things in the future. You never actually know if you're playing into it by reacting or if you're not. It's just something that could happen.
This is going to be a weird request. I'm doing an insight check on myself to get my gut feeling,
Okay.
if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well,
12. Your gut feeling tells you mostly what you already know. The probabilities of getting caught no matter what you try to do, or getting at the very least spotted no matter what you try to do, is incredibly high. This is one of the most secure locations in Iridai. The vision didn't stop with you all actually getting caught, just spotted and into a fight. You know you've gotten out of situations like this in the past. You're not sure what preparations you had, and Schnorsboop's vision didn't have the other vigilante crew inside it while you were fighting. It was just Big Tin, Teffy, Altian, and Schnorsboop. Already there are some changes you know you could make to have it alter. But your gut feeling tells you it'll be dangerous no matter what you do. Even if you wait, it still has the high potential of being that dangerous. Given your history too, I'll give you one more little tidbit. Grantine and Senate, people in power like that who have something to hide, they tend to react quickly. If you give it time as well, there is the chance that it could be emptied out and moved.
Proof of what they're doing is the only way. Help from any other nation. We need it. It's leverage. It'll be dangerous, yes. We just have to be careful. Probably giant apes is out of the question for sure. I hate to break it to you. And even me, doing what I like to do is out of the question. We get in, and we get out. Proof. Tangible proof. That's all we need.
Might it be possible to utilize the vigilante group already within the city to get the proof for us?
And if they go in, get caught, and die, everything will be cleared out before we get a chance to go in ourselves. You're right, we will use the vigilante group. But only to get the evidence out if we can't. If any of you are against this, then you can sit this one out.
I'll say it seems foolish, but I'm with you, old teen buddy.
Teffy nods her agreement.
So we're still going?
I'll be fine.
Nice, okay.
Well, let's hope. Because you've got the best memory.
Francis, who's also part of the planning for this infiltration. Schnaz, did you say one of them had a primordial?
Yeah, it was primordial. So wait, let's see here. Somebody, one of the vigilante crew had a primordial, and then the opponent that fought us seemed to have a primordial and maybe some demony mixed up as well.
Huh. Well, it's weird. I've been working with this group for a while. They haven't said anything about that. Huh. I guess we'll find out.
Could you tell which one it was?
Could I tell which one it was?
Yes. Haven't come up with an image for them yet, actually. I just have the character written out. I usually leave a lot of those things last minute. And this is actually his next character. Hence why I'm being vague on details. right now.
Elite.
Benjamin, do you have a name?
Muted.
That would be a no.
It'd be no.
That'd be new.
I'd hoped you'd just come up with one right now. That would have been preferred.
You want to come up with one on the spot? Let's improv the creation of this. We just started talking about it today because I just realized Puret's probably not joining them at the next stage. We should probably start figuring this out.
Yo, Shonda.
Great.
Yashinda.
Would I be correct in saying that this is a female, based upon the name?
You are incorrect, sir.
Okay,
It's-
great. Okay.
Grantina's actually reversed with it. Feminine, masculine aspect of language. When you go, it's feminine, it's masculine, kind of primarily Spanish. It's the other way
Yes,
around.
exactly that. Yep.
So
Nice.
Ben was actually correct with that.
Nice.
Promptu answer.
It was Yoshanda, I believe. Does that mean anything to you, Francis?
Oh, Yash. Yeah. He's the leader of the group.
Yeah.
Huh. That's interesting. That actually might explain a few things. Just another asset, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
You all ready to go? We got a skiff ready.
Give
Gonna
it away.
nod my head.
Let's do it.
Okay. We'll be at any luck arriving at the end of the day. Or end of the solar, as you would say, because he's Aerodine, naturally. Not this one, the next solar. Great heist. Let's go. I'm excited. He heads off towards his skiff. Probably maybe a little more giddy than he should be. But I think that is a good place to call it for the week as we
Shoot.
embark on a heist of sorts to gather information and evidence.
heist.
An information heist. They're gonna have to be sneaky, and they've got a real good history of doing that. I think they've only made it successful. Yashinda,
Yashinda is the leader of
the vigilante crew, which I'll send you details and all that wonderful stuff as the week goes by. We'll have a character created and everything, but yeah. Hope you all enjoyed that fast one.
Mm-hmm. That
Yeah.
fast one.
That fastball I threw all at you all, a split-second decision when you rolled a natural one. Like, I could have fun with this.
All right, gang.
Let's go.
Okay. Well, thanks everyone for joining us.
Yes.
We are gonna find someone to raid real quick.
Do it.
Who can we
In the
raid?
meantime, call the State Farm number. Join
Yes.
us on Discord.
Yes,
Join
before
us on YouTube.
before we do a raid, actually, we are
We
a
totally forgot.
sponsored stream. Ben, what? Who's that sponsor?
I've had the sponsor read up this whole time and I forgot.
Spaced my mind too.
Yeah. Because I had the NPC character brief open too, so it, like masked everything. Alright, Man, I was not thinking of a voice at all.
Give us your best, like,
Bugs
I
Bunny.
could do Codsworth. 'Cause
1930s.
I just saw Fallout.
I was thinking 1930s, like, baseball announcer.
Oh yeah,
That's
okay.
pretty close. That's pretty close. Need guidance on life, auto, or homeowners insurance? Contact Kate Woolman State Farm for all your insurance needs. Rates can be more affordable than you think, and protecting what matters most to you is important. Call Ben at 719-539-6265 and I'll set you up with what you need. That's 719-539-6265.
I was
was like
convinced.
almost that was
Oh,
like almost old man voice too.
Yeah.
Very good.
Very good.
Excellent stuff. Well, thank you very much. As always, thank you, Kate Woman, for the wonderful sponsorship. You delightful human being. And thank you, everyone, for joining us. We hope you had a hoot. Stick around for this wonderful little raid. We love you all very much. And go join our Discord. Go to YouTube. Follow the YouTube. All of our TTRPG content's going to be moving over there. Come the start of May 5th is when that'll be happening. And then we'll be just doing a lot of talk shows and game time stuff on Twitch and stuff to specifically hang out with the community. Until then, though, let's raid Charmed Fantasy and send some hello. Bye, you lovely lot.
I hear that President Coolidge is the real bee's knees.
Alright, you Vault
Real
Squad. Hey,
bees
how y'all doing? What's up? Thanks for sticking
Greetings.
around, you beautiful lot. We're going to send you to the ending screen. But, you know, just as always, comment, subscribe, like, all that lovely stuff. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, may have closed for now. We hope you met a friend this go around. Tired and blurry you may be. We hope your minds are full from this revelry. May peace follow you out. May you return for more giggles